All right. Now, look, we're going to get – I wish I could explain to people what just happened, but it's not relevant. We will get with the Tiger callers momentarily. But I want to mix this in. And I want to do something very few radio hosts in the country are willing to do. I'm telling you, this is a crackish opinion. And I'm not sure I even believe it. I'm being open with you. I'm doing the opposite of what most people in today's media do. I don't know that I believe this, and it's kind of crackheaded. Now, if you're willing to accept those two things, we can all walk down the road together, and I want to offer you this. News in the NBA today, not of the Bradley Beal trade, which is a joke, but no one cares. Draymond Green opting out of his player option for $27.8 million. Now, I want to lead with this. I don't know that this is a good idea, but I was piecing this together. This weekend, I think my heart was broken because the Cam Johnson reports came out, and the Nets are all but certain, that's a quote, that they've convinced him to re-sign with the Nets. Well, the other thing is he's restricted, meaning Cam Johnson doesn't get a choice. Mm-hmm. You can make him an offer, and they'll simply match it. Oh, hi, Kenny. Better late than never. There we go. So with Cam Johnson seemingly off the board, and we know we're not trading for Zion, I started thinking about this. Mm-hmm. Go back to the press conference for the Pistons, and all they could talk about was culture. Talk about they'd put their locker room up against anybody else. Talk about what a good man Monty Williams is, right? Mm-hmm. What is Draymond Green known for? Culture. The Golden State Warriors all but admitted it was Jordan Poole who ruined the team, not Day-Day. And the team basically admits it's KD being soft. It wasn't on Day-Day calling him a bitch.
I guess it was needed.
It was needed. Now, Draymond Green, the reports are, obviously, it is an overwhelming favorite. He wants to go back to Golden State. But you don't opt out of $27.8 million, knowing it's not out there on the open market, unless you want to shop for leverage. So here's what I'm asking you. Crackish opinion alert. The Pistons are plus 60,000 to win an NBA title this year. They are not going to win it this year. They are not going to win it next year. Right?
Right.
We're probably stuck at 5, which means we're taking another 19-year-old daycare center, right?
Okay.
You got a big 3 of Duren, Cade, Ivy, all under the age of 21 or 22, right?
Okay.
All right. You have cap space, right?
Yes.
Do you? This is a question, not an opinion. It's a question. Would you dare pick up the phone and offer Day-Day 2 at 60, only for him to spit in your face? 2 at 60 to help solidify a culture over the next 2 years with Cade and with Ivy and with Duren and whatever numbnuts you take at 5 to teach these guys what the hell they're supposed to do. Knowing we're not getting a free agent anywhere else. Knowing we're not going to take on the dead body of a DeAndre Ayton. Knowing that we're probably stuck. Would you even pick up the phone to see if there's any value in bringing him in for a couple of years? Almost like a glorified Udonis Haslem, shout out Heat Culture, to try to baseline this thing? Or is that full-on crackish opinion? Idea, rather, because I don't even know if I believe it.
David, I'll let you go first.
It's that bad?
I'm saying no.
What? Counselor, you presented a great case.
Yeah, I don't want Draymond.
I know. I don't think I do either.
I don't want a piece of him.
But do you understand
I do.
Where my head is at?
I do.
Other than where the sun doesn't shine?
I get the concept of bringing a veteran in here, a veteran who's won, veteran who knows culture, yes, to fit in here and raise up the young guys. I get it.
Knowing we're not going to win anything the next 2 years.
Correct.
See, that's what I think. That's the first part of the problem. Because you're not going to win and Draymond's going to demand so much, he's going to isolate himself from this team. You saw what happens when you just don't do what he says in practice.
I know.
Shout out Jordan Poole's face. Okay? I need to get this done. You're not doing this.
That's great for radio.
Here's the second part about it. Sometimes a player is just a great fit on a great team.
And like Ben Wallace.
And I was about to say, the Chicago Bulls thought they got the steal. We just took Ben Wallace from our rivals, and every Pistons fan was laughing like, oh, okay, sure, pay him.
Ben shaved his head, put it in a box, and mailed it to Chicago. That's what they got.
And pretty much
they got fro crumbles.
20 games in, they realized, wait, he really can't score.
This guy sucks.
He can't. Draymond is a long way away from Draymond of 4 or 5 years ago when he was really contributing something. Right now, he's a vocal leader, but he knows my job is basically to get Steph and Clay the ball.
And that's it. Would it be to get Ivy and Cade the ball? Would it be just this, hey, newsflash, worst defensive team in history?
But see, I don't think he would, because I think at this point he would say, you know what, you guys suck, so I'm just going to jack up all the shots.
Great for radio.
Like, Draymond, no. This, just across the board.
Okay.
I'm all about picking up the phone and making a phone call, but this is one where
I'm not offended in the least.
This will just, nope, don't do this one.
Okay, so your report today is the guy that would make a lot of sense, who's got familiarity with Monty, probably ain't coming here.
Mm-hmm.
Reports out of New York, the Nets are going to tell him straight up, you're going to be a Net whether you want to be or not. There's no other free agent that wants your money. You're not trading for Zion. It's just not going to happen. And I think I've accepted they're using the pick at 5. I thought the news today, clearly, I think he wants to go back to Golden State. Or maybe he wants to go full heel turn villain and go to the Lakers. But my point was, it's the Pistons selling this culture thing, selling the locker room, and I went, well, is it worth the shot?
It's
because I don't believe they're going to win anything.
If you want to, but I think that's going to be the thing, because you go from playing for a team that every year has a shot to winning to knowing you're done. And no, Draymond's not going to just sit there and be like, okay with losing.
No, but if he kills somebody in the dead of February, that's great for radio.
That is.
Like if he literally just like impales, Isaiah, like
him and Beef Stew get into the
fight. He
fight.
murders Isaiah Stewart on the court or something, and you're like, root for radio. This is super.
Throws the ball at Beef Stew's head.
Yes. Body slams Cade.
Cade, if you're not going to get this done, then get the F off the court.
I don't know. I get it. It's a crackish idea. But, guys, I don't know if you can tell or not. I want our teams to win, and I'm desperate.
I said we're going to have to take somebody damaged. I just don't think that this is a fit. He only works in Golden State. If you put him on the Lakers, he will not work out.
I agree.
But he knows his role. And the fact that when Steph, called the timeout and they didn't have any, and Draymond rushed to, no, that's not on Steph. That's all on me. Quit blaming Steph.
But think about
it. He knows where his bread is buttered.
None of these players have any experience with winning. None of them. No. Not at the pro level, not at the college level. Jaden Ivey's career, you could say they won a bunch of meaningless games and
he
tanked.
Went to Purdue,
tanked. Cade was at Okie State for 1 year, and they made an early exit. I think they lost to Oregon State.
Did they make the tournament?
They made the tournament, and I think they lost to, what's that guy's name? Bo Tinkle or whatever that coach is. Oregon State's coach. He's terrible. Duran had no success at Memphis. So you just...
Yeah, Beef Stew did nothing at Washington.
There you go. So there's no success in college, no success at the pros. Look, I know it's crazy, but I'm running out of ways for this offseason to be anything other than Monty is our free agent and some kid no one cares about at 5. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I hope Thursday we see something seismic.
I think the pick that could actually help them out would be the pick at 31 if they make it. So,
oh, dear Christ. That's what we're selling the listeners?
That's what I'm selling me. I'm not selling the listeners. I mean, because at that point...
Oh, well, let us know when you're going to rejoin the radio show.
No, because at that point... No, because most people don't know. It's like, oh, well, 31. But that's where you get guys who actually have experience. They've been in college for a couple of years, and they can hit the ground running. They're not a prospect. They're not somebody going to have to ship down to the G League for 2 years. Okay. They're ready to go right now.
All right, David, you're out on it. Terrible. Rico, it's less terrible. I know it's kind of terrible. Had to workshop it with you guys for one segment of 4-hour show.
It's great for radio. It's like bringing Kyrie here or bringing Russell Westbrook here or Ben Simmons here. It's good for us. It won't be good down a Little Caesars Arena.
May I suggest one thing? The only difference is this guy is a winner. Those dudes are losers.
No, he's a winner, but he will attack the team.
I know. It's what I'm looking for.
It would be Draymond playing the role of Jon Snow in the Battle of the Bastards and just taking on every Piston at half court.
Standing there with his...
Right. Who wants a piece? Come on, let's go.
How is this bad for us?